So in today's video, we're going to be discussing a not so recent trend of actors going broke after all that success, seemingly squandering their money, wealth, and for some reason not being able to leverage their fame.
People know that like 90% of actors are unemployed and like most of them are below the poverty line, the overwhelming majority. I'm one of the more privileged black actors and I'm still struggling to pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what others who have far less experience, credits on their resume, whatever, and far less money and resources, like the people in my family that I'm fighting for, that I'm out here doing this for to try to change the future. For them, a better future for them. We're out here protesting not just for our extracurricular activities and some bougie pastime. We're out here protesting for the future for marginalized folks, black folks. We're out here protesting for the future of our neighborhoods, the future of our schools, the health of our communities.
What was the biggest shock for either of you guys when you got to the industry?
Half the industry is broke.
And
that shocked me.
That's
I
a
would
good
see,
one.
I would
That's a good
see
one.
celebrities. I would be around celebrities, rappers, no offense, but a bunch of them that's like wearing all the big jewelry or on Instagram. It's all a facade. And that's when it was like, for me, I was like, wow, okay, I can breathe.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to keep up with the Joneses.
Right.
Because y'all ain't even keeping up with the Joneses yourself.
It's
Right.
rentals.
It's rentals.
It's rentals. It's like Miami. Or
I'm
like
honest,
whenever
I'm-
they rent the cars and drive around or whatever, and then like return them.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Lambos.
Yeah,
fake.
it's all the Lambos. Yeah.
Or even with jewelry. I think I didn't
Yeah.
realize a lot of that was that like, oh, they buy these pieces to wear in a music video or at a carpet, and then they take them back to the jeweler. These
Yeah.
are like their actual pieces when it comes to rap and hip hop culture.
That's very true. Because even when I worked in hip hop, it was interesting just to see and hear stuff. Like, and again, not trying to put anybody on blast or whatever. I could name people if you wanted me to, but correct. Like, you never know. But that's the thing is, like, at the end of the day, you do not know. And that's why you cannot look at somebody and be envious
Never.
over any of this.
As someone who is self-employed but on a way smaller scale, I can see how these people go broke, right? They have a team that has to get paid, number one, right? But I also do feel like these people can believe that it's gonna last forever, and then they don't make contingencies. On top of that, the more money you make, the more like luxury shit you start doing. You know, all of a sudden you want to fly first class. All of a sudden you want to go book a villa for a week, for a month. And it's money just running out. And these people get paid lump sums immediately. And then it's not like they get in a monthly salary like normal people. They get paid a lump sum and then they got to manage it. A lot of people are terrible with managing money.
Bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, there's a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. Okay? So do the math. Now we have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed, not after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Big bills.
We get a lot of money up front sometimes, depending on where you are in your career. So you get this money up front, but you're only good as your last project. So your value to the bottom line when you're dealing with networks or studios is like, how valuable are you? And sometimes if you're not that valuable anymore, you're not bringing in the money. But what happens is there's a lot of money going out of the door, right? So you get this money, and if you hit a time in your career where the money is not, sustainable, it's not really coming in, but everything is going out the door. So you, as you mentioned, you got agents, you got managers, you got financial people that you have to pay. You have lawyers you have to pay, right? You have, let's say, if you have a team, pardon me, for like publicity and all that stuff, and all the things that come with creating an entity or creating a commodity as an artist. So it's a lot of money that's going out, and let's not forget the government, like the gangsters. You know what I'm saying? You know the
silent partner.
Yeah, man, the silent partner. You know, if you don't do it, they stick you up, right?
Yeah, they come and look.
They come and knock at that door.
One thing I would say about these actors, and this isn't the entire reason, but I do feel like there's a little bit of laziness in terms of why don't every like mid-level actor have a YouTube channel where they're posting and talking? People want to see you. People want to see you. You post on Instagram. Why not have a YouTube channel where you're making videos and you're making money? Do they think they're above that? Do they think? I don't know. I don't know. But surely you should be able to leverage your fame to an extent where you're never broke. You know, that unless you made some bad business decisions, which Damien from Vampire Diaries, if you guys ain't watched Vampire Diaries, it's one of the GOAT series. He essentially went broke after making some poor financial decisions. And again, this is something that a lot of people infantilize or glorify celebrities. A lot of the time, these people are regular people who are elite at one thing. Right? They're not well balanced, they're not well rounded, they're elite singers, they're elite actors, they're elite at rapping, they're elite at running fast. But in general, not very good. So again, they hire advisors. Sometimes if you don't know how business works, you can get someone could be skimming, someone's not filing their taxes properly. All of a sudden, that comes back on you. You've been done for fraud. You've been charged with fraud. You have a big tax bill to pay. And this is exactly what happened to Damien.
Retired from acting 7 years ago. Yeah. I left an insanely lucrative business, career in television after financial upheaval from building a business that I didn't build properly. And due to fraud, it put my wife and I in an 8-figure hole. This is all public knowledge now. Yeah. 8 figures is a hard hole to climb out of. But Nikki and I did it. She really negotiated us out of this deal, but we sold houses, paintings, cars, watches, everything. I mean, I should have been retiring off of one of the biggest TV shows in the world. And so then leaving a lucrative business in television to go start companies that were not going to pay me possibly ever.
This unfortunate victim of poverty is Faison Love. Now, I'm going to put a clip of him in here, a nostalgic clip, one that we probably all seen where the screen with Chris Tucker. He is now in prison because of child support, unpaid child support. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to see here $2,500. It's quite sad.
He hasn't made a single payment since the entry of final judgment, which I believe was in 2023.
Okay, 0 is an absolute falsehood.
Ms. Lee, did you receive those payments?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Those are $3,000 payments?
It was actually $1,000, and then there was a separate payment of 11 cents, and then another payment of $1,000, and that was back in March of 2026.
Okay.
You see your daughter too, right?
Yes, I had just saw her. This lady had dropped her off and gave her money because she just had a new daughter and she didn't have no.
Let's not just keep to this. I don't want you to get upset because you are an excitable gentleman, right?
Yes. But
okay. Mr. Love, you have the current ability at this point in time to pay $2,500 a month in child support.
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
The sentence is preventing him from working and ruining his name in Hollywood. So if he's in jail, he can't work. He just lost a movie, which would have given Miss Lee money because this gentleman would have.
I get the overall the objection.
And he's been avoiding payment, and he specifically told me that I wasn't going to get a dime, and that he was going to stop working and canceling shows. So I won't get anything, so I don't think it personally affects her in the moment.
This is the reality of what can happen if you think that this shit is gonna last forever. You know, in reality, a lot of us aren't financially literate. You get a lump sum of money and you don't really know what to do with it. Now, there's infinitely more resources out there, you know, investment, property, whatever the case is. So for us, the younger generation, there is no real excuse. You should have businesses outside of what you're actually doing, right? I feel like back then, I could be wrong, I wasn't alive. Those things could have been looked at, you know, investing, property, as more like conspiracies, or more like, you know, schemes, Ponzi schemes or something, you know? Whereas now we understand that these are legitimate ways of increasing your wealth. Yeah, what do you guys think about this? I find shit like this quite sad, to be honest. People that we love, people that we idolize, ending up in ruins.
This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't let this go. This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone.